But today we are going to discuss how we as a family sort our seeds. And we use a binder, but not just any binder. We use card organizing binders, such as that we would use for baseball cards or Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or any of those many things that my children also use them for. We use them for seeds. This is my cucumber sheet, my page of cucumbers in tiny manila envelopes. I've got the Hmong red cucumber, I've got dragon egg cucumbers, I've got yellow cucumbers, Armenian cucumbers, Chicago pickling cucumbers. All of these saved seeds from years past. I've also got cucumbers that we purchased because we want to try some new ones. And I can just fold seed packets like these into thirds and put them right into the binder. These are really easy to find on Amazon or in any hobby store or anywhere you basically pick up collector's cards and such. This is what I purchased. There we go. Here's what I purchased. They're very, I think there's 36 in here and I got them for about $10 for all 36. But they last a long time. I mean, it's not as though we're gonna rip them to shreds. The other nice thing about using these is I can use a wet erase marker on these and I can keep track of when things need to go out and put them into my plan. So, for example, I know that I need to plant cucumbers probably around the end of May, right? Putting them outside, etc. But, let me show you this cool board. This was a gift from my husband for Christmas, and maybe we'll cover how this is made if you want us to. But this was made with electrical tape and a white dry erase board, but we use wet erase and dry erase, and the lights make a smiley face. Anyway, but we can label on here where each page goes. So I have a page for my beans, I have a page for my peppers, my greens, my tomatoes. And when I say beans, I have dry beans and green beans and wax beans, etc. So all of these different types of beans, they have a spot on here, and radishes and oric and different lettuces. All of those have a different page in my book. And I can label them with both wet erase on here and on here. So the nice thing about that as well is I can send other people out into my garden and it's planned and they know where they're supposed to go. This is an actual map of the garden we have, and these tell them where they're going to go if I write on there with them. We can also, when I use the seed starting rack in the basement, as I showed you guys in my last video, I can tell my kids, okay, this is the pepper page right here. This is good. If I put how many of each type of pepper plant I want on each of these while I'm planning out the garden, I can say, start how many I wrote on there. You go start those seeds for me while I do something else. So often we just divvy up the work that way. We have 5 kids, and so that helps a lot. And so here we have, because sometimes people ask, we have the broccoli soup incident pepper, which actually turned out to be paprika, but I'd forgotten to label it, and I thought it was a sweet paprika. It was a hot, and I put it in broccoli soup, and it was spicy. But they loved it, and so now when we save this seed, we plant it as the broccoli soup incident seed. And then we have they have Anaheim, Serranos, Cayenne, Scotch bonnet. That's a kid favorite. I don't eat that one. And not all the kids, just certain ones. Okay. Another reason that I like to do this is that when I go out to the garden, I only have to take one sheet out with me at a time. I don't have to lug this entire binder, which is actually quite big, everywhere I go. Now, if you want to make one of these, I went and ordered another one to show you what an empty one looks like. That, and we have a lot of seeds that need to be sorted. See these beans? They need a home. But a D-ring binder that's 4 inches will actually hold quite a bit of seed and should hold up for a long time. I can link down below to these as well because I ordered all of this off Amazon for my new packages just last week. The other thing that we like to have in our binder are these envelopes that just open really simple. They're Ziploc top. They go in the binder. The reason that we use these is then when I am saving seed for like a seed swap, I can fill it with a type of seed and just keep it in the binder next to the page that it's in. Okay. So for example, this whole bunch right here with this rubber band around it, these are Delicatata squash, seed saved from 2021. And this way, when I go to a local seed swap and they say, hey, we only accept local saved seed, we don't take anything that you've purchased, which some of them do that, some of them don't. It depends on the seed swap you go to. We're ready to go. And we have these in our seed binder. And we can also just automatically just bring the binders and sort things. Sometimes we have a crop that's so big that all I will do is put in the page, I'll just put a piece of paper in here and I'll say, don't forget that we are going to plant a whole bunch of pioneer beans or something. So like, this is my melon page, but pretending that this was my bean page. If I wanted to plant maybe like 20 rows of pioneer pink eyes, which I actually might this year, I am not going to put 20 rows worth of pioneer pink eyes in here, but I will put a piece of paper in here and then go find my jar that's labeled with pioneer pink eyes. That's these suckers right here. And these are so beautiful because they're like a black-eyed bean, but it has a dark red. I don't know if you can see how beautiful that dark red is on there. I'll have to take a picture later, but those are so pretty. All right. We also keep other things in jars, such as these coat runner beans. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at these beans. These are also so good to eat. This is why I love to grow them. Look how big. Oh, look at this. Those are huge beans. They're like as big as the big lima beans, but they're a black bean. We love these. This is all for planting that I set aside. Entire pint. All right, so some other ideas. When we were smaller, as far as yard space and gardening, we only needed one sheet to go out to the garden, or maybe even two. So if you don't have an entire sheet of melon or an entire sheet of cucumber, maybe 4 sheets of peppers and tomatoes. We like tomatoes. You could have just some green beans, some peas, some carrots, I don't know, some tomatoes, some peppers, some onion seed, whatever you were going to plant. And you could still organize in a binder like this. And you could just take the one page out and be able to plant. People frequently ask, like, how do you get so much planted and how do you get it done? Well, the fact that I can quickly just grab a page out of the binder and say, okay, today I'm just going to go out and plant a row of whatever. I don't have to get all of it done. It's not a big Saturday morning project. That helps us accomplish so much more.